Hi everybody, Robert Jones, back in the kitchen with you today, and we are making the relish, the red onion relish, to go with the pulled pork sandwiches. Now, if you are making pulled pork sandwiches, you don't have to have relish, and if you are making relish, you don't have to have pulled pork sandwiches. This is a perfect opportunity for you to make some goodies for your Thanksgiving table, your Christmas table, your 4th of July table, whatever you want. It'll be good. So we're going to make this red onion relish. It's going to be slightly sweet. It's perfect for sandwiches or putting on turkey or whatever else. So hang with me. Let's get going. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put a half a cup of butter into your crock pot. There we go. And then you're going to put in 5 cloves of garlic. I have some pre-chopped stuff here, so about 5 cloves worth in there. Then you're going to put a 1/4 cup of olive oil into there. Also in this bowl I have 2/3 a cup of brown sugar and a little bit of cayenne. You can use red pepper flakes if you'd like. That's what I have. So it goes in the barrel. Okay, and we're also going to add about 1 tablespoon of dried thyme. If you have fresh, it'd be great. I just didn't have any. And I didn't have any friends that had any right now. Okay, so you're going to set this on your crock pot thing just for a couple minutes to let it get warm and melt the butter while we cut up the onions. Alright you guys, now just comes the cutting of the onions part, so I'm going to fast forward through this for you guys. Okay, so now we just want to chop all of these suckers up. I got myself a bowl just to stick in the sink here, make it easier for me. Okay, so when we're chopping these, all we want to do is we just want to take the little nub off, because it's dry and yucky. And then I'm just gonna cut these in half this way, leaving the root on, and then just nice thin slices for the relish, for the jam. And into the bowl. And when you're done, you're going to have a bowl that looks like this. If you'd like to know more about chopping onions, I'll put a link and you guys can check out the onion chopping video. Okay, so set your onions aside. And then we have our fabulous crock pot, the little one here. And I had turned it on. Now we have our stuff in here. We have our oil, we have our butter, we have our herbs, there's sugar. Gonna mix this around. Sorry you guys can't really see that. Can you see that? A little bit. I just want to try to chop up the sugar a little bit and mix around the butter, get the garlic situated. Just take your onions and put them in your pot. It's going to seem like a lot, don't worry, they're really going to cook down. That should be just about full. And that's just about full. There we go. All our onions in the potty pot. Okay, I can't really stir this right now because it's a little full. You guys can see. It's a little full. So, it is on, what is it on? It is on high. I've got it, I'm going to set it for 2 hours. And then after 2 hours, I'm going to come back and check it and give it a stir and we'll go from there. See you in 2 hours. All right, you guys, let's check out the onions. You can see that they've cooked down quite a bit already. It's been about 3 hours, so I'm just checking on them. Oh, it smells so good. You can see they've cooked down, and I want to get the butter and the spices mixed in. Oh, wow, it is really strong onion smell. So this is going to take a while. Just wanted to give it a check and give you an update. So here's where we are, and I'm going to make sure, put it back on high, push it all down up in there. Okay, and I'm going to leave it so the lid is just a slight crack open so it can evaporate a little bit. Alright, see you in a few more hours. Alright, just checking on our onions here, giving them a little stir. Still cooking. Not cooking as fast as I thought they would. Alright, keep letting them go. Okay, you guys, it's been overnight. It's been about 8 hours of cooking time, and voila! You get this, and I don't think you guys can see that. Kind of hot. You guys see that? There we go. Cooked onions. They got some juice at the bottom there. I left the lid a little askewed last night when I went to bed so that it could dehydrate a little bit, because that's what you're supposed to do. Now we're going to add 2 cups of a Shiraz. It's the red wine I happen to have on hand. So that's going to go in there. We're also going to add 6 ounces of vinegar and 6 ounces of vermouth or port. I am using vermouth. Okay, I'm going to crank this back on high. I'm going to leave the lid ajar again, and we're going to reduce this down for about 2 or 3 hours. And then we should be pretty close to done. So we just want to get this liquid reduced down so that we get the concentrated flavors. Alright, it is a process. We'll see you in a bit. Hi everybody, and welcome back to onion making relish. Okay, you guys, so I cooked this overnight. You can see the, can you guys see that? There we go. Put it up in the light. You guys can see the onions are nice and dark, and they smell delicious and everything else. Now, if you notice, mine look kind of dry. I removed all the liquid from this a little while ago because I was getting impatient with it and I wanted to be done with the video and move on in my life. But theoretically, if I was making this for a big crowd, or you guys can just keep this on for a couple more hours, leave the lid off, and let it reduce on its own. If you don't want to do that, like I did, after cooking the onions are nice and soft, I took out the liquid and I put it in a pot like this. I added a half a cup more sugar. So it's a nice thick liquid. You can see it's still hot. And then I'm going to pour it back in here. I'm going to make those onions nice and sweet again. And also, they're going to be very tangy because we reduced down all that wine and the vermouth and everything else. So the relish is going to be really sweet sour. It's going to have the brown sugar and the wine and all that kind of stuff. And there you go. Now you can see it's a nice moist jam. Okay. So, this is ready. Let's make our pork sandwiches on the other video, and then you guys can see I'll do a little bit of taste of this and a little bit of taste of that. Alright, see you in a minute. Alright, you guys, it is the moment you've been waiting for. Whoo! To see me sweat a little more. Whoo! It's 92 degrees, and I'm making everything hot today. Alright, you guys, check it out. This is our onion relish. Onion relish. Looks dark and good. You can see it is caramelized and tastes. You can smell the spices. You can smell the sugar. Really, really good. It's gonna be great on the sandwich. And I could just eat this. It's like pickled onions. It's delicious. All right, guys. Check this out. Now I'm going to put you in touch with the sandwich tasting so you can see how this looks on a sandwich. Alright, you guys, check this out. Sandwich, it looks like a big old mess on a plate, but that's what it's supposed to do. It's pulled pork sandwich, and I cut it in half so I can actually try to eat it on camera for you guys. You can see the dark part is the onion and the light part is the pork. So let me see, how am I going to eat this? I'm going to try. Alright, you guys. Making a mess all over my face. I know what I'm having for lunch. What are you having for lunch? All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this red onion relish. The stuff is delicious. You're going to love it. Try it. You can also make a half batch. You don't have to make this much, but it is a perfect accompaniment to take to a party or have on a sandwich. Just think how good your turkey sandwich is going to take with this smothered on it. You will be the talk of the lunchroom. All right, you guys, hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, love to have you come back. What that means is you get notifications when new videos come up. Also, you can subscribe for recipes. I send out the recipes in a printable format. If you want to email me, it's EudaemoniusMarkII, just like the channel name above or below, EudaemoniusMarkII@gmail.com. You can also check out the blog. All the links are down below. Snapchat me, Instagram me, Facebook me, do all that kind of good stuff. All right, you guys, thanks for coming and being here with me. Take care. Bye.